Okay, so subject scheme is basically a map, an extension of map or a type of map. It is used to define taxonomies. We did something similar, like with conditional attributes, right? We tried to create conditional attributes from the folder profile and predefined conditional attributes. But let's say you have more than that, not just attributes. You want to define a lot more, and you do not want to control it from the folder profile. You want to make it part of the actual map, right? That's when you use subject schemes. I'll show you an example as well. Again, it's used to have better control, like predefined list versus free form, and also standardize the keys and values used. Um, it uses for metadata assignment. So typically product names, audience, platform keys, conditional attributes that we use for dynamic rebranding, those will be part of the subject scheme. To each his own again. It's just a map um, to define what is predefined for that organization, right? So like I said, platforms, audience, products can be part of the subject scheme. The structure for that is like you have the root object subject scheme, there's a title and has instance, a subject definition, a metadata that goes with that, and enumeration, attribute definition. I'll show you an example so you can understand what each of that means. For example, platform key. Now, when we did it from the folder profile, right? Let's go here. Through conditional attributes, we said platform, value Mac, label this, Win, and Windows OS, right? It's controlling through the conditional profile. Whereas if you want to make it part of your root map, part of your subject scheme, this is how it will be. You're saying subject definition, key is equal to platform key, and the first key is Android, and the value is this. Topic method like nav title is that wherever it uses iOS, Windows, it's part of that. Similarly, audience definition, we have developers, engineers, programmers. This is the key that can be used. I'll show you a real-time example as well. And then products, right? We have Echo Tracker, Energy Saver, Waterwise, and Waste Manager, 4 different products, and we have the keys predefined. And the enumeration is nothing but in your if you go to the editor, so under products, you have a predefined list of attributes, right? There is a key to each of that, right? It says audience. So this key and whatever key you define needs to be mapped. That's what we are saying. So you're saying um, in my previous one, when I define my values, I'm saying platform key, which is nothing but platform in the drop down. So you're tying platform there to platform key. So when you show this, when you say audience, it will pull up from the uh, uh, subject scheme. Okay. Similarly, you have a platform, audience, and product. You can tie it. And I'll show you one example. I tried to create one, and I'll also upload this in the content. I have already uploaded the last week content. So for this week, let's see. So if you go to shared, I've created a folder called key map. And if you see, this is the subject scheme for green tech for our organization. If you see subject scheme title and has instance, like whenever wherever it's possible, and then you're saying platform. I have 3 platforms where this product is supported on: Android, iOS, and Windows. And audience, I care about devs, engineers, programmers, right? If you want to like use your dynamic output based on that, right? Now you have products similarly, and we are tying, okay, my platform key in here it's platform key, right? Let me show you the okay, let me go to global profile. Okay, now I can see the source, right? So this is the keys, audience key, and the values, three different values, product key, and four different values. And we are saying in the editor it says platform, and platform is nothing but platform key, a mapping between the two, right? So that's how you define a list of things that are applicable for your organization in a map, right? And I have two more things. We'll come back to that. Now let's try to use this to produce a conditional output, right? Um, think where did we use this? I think using energy saver. No. Okay. So last week when we were trying to do a conditional output, it was running into issue, right? Let's do the same. I'm in global profile. Now, since we're talking about subject schemes, I'm not trying to control my attributes from the folder profiles. I'm trying to control it from the subject scheme. So if you see my subject scheme, I have three different platforms. Uh, right, Android, iOS, and Wind. Oh, my bad. Okay, and then oh, okay, and then I have installation for Mac, installation for Windows, right? Two different set of installations. Now here I have it as a predefined value, right? Uh, okay, let's say it's coming from here, Mac. Uh, boop, 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 boop. Or let me switch this to energy saver and see what it shows. Right? Yeah, it's Mac OS and this is for Windows, right? When I applied the profile. So I have two different instructions for one for Mac and one for Windows. So when I generate output for Mac, it should only show this one. When I generate a site for Windows, it will only show these instructions, right? So let's save and testing conditional publishing. Okay. Yeah, why? Okay, now we're talking about getting started. So let's go to open the map dashboard. Here we'll see all of that. So here we had AEM site for Mac users. Last week when we did that, what we did was we were using the baseline, right? In that baseline version, we did not have the conditions applied. That's why we were seeing both, right? So what I did, like, don't use the baseline. That means it will use the latest version, right? Do not use the latest baseline. I am trying to generate from the latest version. If you want to use the baseline, then you have to create a new baseline in which you have the 1.8, right? In baseline 1.2, I think we had like 1.4 or 1.5 content. It does not have the latest content. That was the missing piece. That's why it was not working. So now let's redo it. So first what we did was we know which content, right? We are applying the metadata that is required. For installation of Mac, we have platform Mac and then platform Windows for this. So first your data has the right tagging. Now in the output, when you come to output, we created a new output preset. Before that, we created two conditions, right? The first one is what we are saying, output for Mac users. If platform is equal to Mac OS, right, include. If platform equal to Windows OS, exclude, right? That's what we did. Save. And then similarly, when I'm generating for Windows, I want to include Windows and exclude Mac OS instructions. So it is good. And we created two different output settings, one for output generation steps presets, one for Mac, one for Windows. So let's say I want to generate for Mac. So we make sure it's not using any baseline and it's using the output for Mac. The site is for Mac. I'm using the output for Mac condition. Now when you generate, wait for it to generate, or we can see the one that I already did. So it was under getting started, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, I clicked the Windows one. Yeah. So output for now, let's go to Mac. See, when I generated the output for Mac, it shows the Mac output. And when I generate the output for Windows, it shows the Windows output. Right? So that's how you define, you tag the sections that applies based on the condition, right? You're saying the condition, and then you're generating the output based on the condition. Makes sense. And it can be extended. It doesn't have to be platform. It doesn't have to be whatever attributes that you want to use. You can use anything here, right? You can base it on product. You can create new attributes like brand and other things, and then generate content. But it's all in one place. But the one piece outputs are different based on the conditions. Clear?
Rakesh, how it knows whether I'm using Mac or Windows?
No, it's not detected from the device. It's from the output, right? Let's say I have an instruction just for PDF, right? So if I edit this, or actually duplicate it, it's the output, right? It's not based on the actual user. Like if you log in from Mac, we are not doing it based on the user's device. The site is already pre-generated.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because you're writing about technical documentation, right? It's not, maybe PDF would make more sense. Like if I duplicate this and say PDF Mac instructions, right? And then we are saying condition is output for Mac in no baseline. Done, right? Now if I generate this in Go, what you're trying to do is you're generating a PDF beforehand, right? And the PDF will be shared to users outside, like in an email chain or something like that, separately, not based on the user's settings or the device from which they are doing it.